Good afternoon, Council Chairman, members of the Council. Thank you very much for your patience. My name is John Brizdle. I'm here to testify against Bill 79 CD1. I've submitted testimony. It's entitled, "Don't Waste Commuters' Time on the Train." My experience in designing transportation in the tourism industry tells me that we need to get down to a schedule. No one's talked about timing, so I want to do that a little bit today. So let's look at the proposed 20-mile rail transit project from the point of view of a bus commuter from West Oahu. How will the project affect their morning commute? In this example, the bus rider wants to take the train the entire 20 miles, let's say to Alamana Shopping Center. So the bus rider from West Oahu rides the bus to the beginning of the proposed rail, transfers to the train, and then travels the entire 20 miles to the end of the trip. It'll take them 48 minutes to travel those 20 miles. They will travel the same it'll take the same 48 minutes going home. So the round trip is 96 minutes. The reason is the rail proposals all travel at approximately 25 miles per hour. Now, however, if the bus rider has the option to ride on an express bus on an elevated managed lane going the same 20 miles, the trip will take 20 minutes. The travel time return will be 20 minutes, and the total is 40 minutes. So the express buses on the managed lanes, as has been mentioned here today, travel at 60 miles an hour. So the 20-mile round trip on managed lanes is twice as fast as the round trip on the train, 40 minutes versus 96 minutes. The difference between rail and managed lanes and round trip travel time over the same 20 miles is 56 minutes per day. This is 56 minutes of time that could be spent at home. In 4 weeks, the difference is 18 hours. If we choose the rail proposals over managed lanes proposals, we are adding 18 hours per month to the West Oahu bus commuters' commute. We still have the option of building elevated managed lanes and giving the 18 hours back to the West Oahu commuters. Let's ask the West Oahu commuters if they're willing to give up 18 hours just to travel on a train. Let's ask the West Oahu commuters if they would rather travel on an express bus on the managed lanes and keep the 18 hours per month for themselves and their families. So in summary, I just want to repeat, there are no express trains in the proposal, but we can have express buses on managed lanes, and the express buses travel more than twice as fast as the train. And secondly, like all of you, or many of you, I've been here all day, and I've heard many groups talk about travel time, how long it takes in traveling today. I've heard employers, employees, union groups, single groups, student groups, and none of them have been offered the opportunity to shorten the trip on an express bus. So I go out in the hall and I talk to people and I say, well, you ride your bus and you come to the beginning of whatever we're going to build, and it's elevated rail here and it's elevated managed lanes here, and one's going 60 and one's going 25, which one would you rather ride? Well, everybody says they'd rather go 60 miles an hour.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Councilmember Marshall.
Thank you. You heard Dr. Prevodoros, I presume, testify about his suggestion that what we need is fixed guideway for bus.
Yes.
You're suggesting that express buses on managed lanes would work as well or not as well, or you chose that because managed lanes happen to be included in the alternatives analysis and the other wasn't?
I think what Panos and I are saying is there's not enough attention here to the HO of hot lanes. HO is high occupancy. The lanes are for high occupancy vehicles, which are buses, and then van pools and car pools. You can put the fire engines and the ambulances up there if you want. They're your managed lanes. So before we even get to the T word, my point is the people that came here that want to get to work more quickly are bus riders. If they have a chance to go on an express bus at 60 miles an hour, the train, there's no express trains. It only goes 25 miles an hour. I think if we ask those people, and certainly everybody I've asked, has said, well, of course I'd rather save 96 minutes a day of travel time over a 20-mile route.
Okay, I guess where I'm going here is there a way to do this without spending several $billion on an elevated structure, or is that an essential and you feel that's still going to be better than rail?
I assume that it is an elevated structure. I'm not an engineer. I mean, everything that's been said about rail today, from the way I look at it, an express bus can do it better. It can carry more people, it can go faster, it's more flexible, and it's cheaper. So yes, there would be an elevated managed lane.
And you don't see any particular alternative that will help traffic besides one of the build options?
You mean the train options?
A fixed guideway for or managed lanes for buses, or building something.
Yes, I believe we need to build something, and I believe if once we get past the H-O and we get to the T and we really look at the full effect of high occupancy toll lanes, they actually get vehicles off H1 and the train does not.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.